Okay.
I could understand that, honestly.
Okay, but please repeat. Like, how did you? What?
I have a friend who went there because we have a running meme over here in Liverpool, which is to German people, which is like, oh, they bombed our chippies, right? That's like the kind of meme that we do. But what people fail to realize is the amount of damage we did in one night during the war, which was like worse than the entire Blitz. So I don't really think we have a leg to stand on there. But anyway, yeah, he was making jokes about that, and it didn't go too well for him.
Went to Germany and just joked about bombing.
Basically, yeah.
Terrace.
That wasn't even the worst thing that happened.
Hey, Terrace, you want to come over to Germany and make jokes about bombing?
Oh yeah, of course.
It'll be a fun story.
If you survive, yeah.
So, what have you been up to, Terrace?
Pizza.
Oh yeah,
pizza.
Terrace is making pizza. Oh, by the way,
what kind of pizza?
It's not a very good pizza because I'm making it out of sheer spite.
Because you're making it.
Because someone told me to make a pizza when I said I'm thinking about to make for food, and then they said pizza, and then I was like, well, I don't have any cheese, so I couldn't really make a very good pizza. I was like, the only cheese I have.
You can make your own cheese.
I was like, the only
be very good.
I said, the only cheese I have.
What kind of cheese are we talking about?
Well, you just gotta let it ferment for a few days. Don't take a shower.
So I said, the only kind of cheese I have is cream cheese.
So
they're like, okay,
cream cheese available.
So they told me not. So they told me not to make pizza because no cheese. I was like, I'll just make it out of spite now.
The last time I made a pizza, it was about 90% dough. It wasn't very good. It was like chewing a whole bread loaf.
Well, I don't know what my pizza is going to be like because I had trouble stretching the dough to be.
I don't think you've got any trouble stretching, honestly.
Nice.
You literally don't get paid enough.
I made some upsky yesterday, but that's about it.
Oh, nice. I tried to make a Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme the other day. It did not go well.
Oh, by the way, Terrace.
Bible way.
That as well. Do you still have the corn?
I do have still.
Okay, thought experiment. If you have a Capri Sun and you pour it into the corn, or into the tin of corns,
would you be a Capricorn?
Yes. Or no? That is the question, yeah.
Are you actually a Capricorn?
Would that be a Capricorn?
I don't know
Capricious.
I don't know what Capricorn is.
Well, it's when you take a Capri Sun and pour it onto corn.
That's exactly what it is, yeah. it's the regional dish of Moldova. If they're feeling a bit exotic around winter, they'll have a summer berry Capri Sun instead.
If they're feeling really fancy, I heard they might also just replace the Capri Sun with some Powerade.
Powerade. They still make Powerade, wow.
Yeah, no
I remember the blue one years ago was amazing. I wasn't even sure they still made them. It's been so long.
I'm sure.
Do they make other Powerades that aren't blue?
I think so. I think there's an orange one. I think I remember there being an orange one.
Isn't the whole Powerade thing the fact that it's blue? Isn't
that was
should
the
be blue? It's
original
gamer fuel.
They probably try to branch out and diversify and just.
Weren't they like the first blue sports drink that came about?
Probably. I mean, I remember them when I was but a wee lad.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
Yeah. I remember seeing a lot of their really dodgy ads.
I remember.
They're not allowed to advertise those anymore, I don't think.
When I was younger,
I don't think so.
Some people were just going around and trying to tell the really young and impressionable kids that Powerade was just made from ground down Smurfs.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a true story.
Just imagine going to a 5-year-old and being like, "Here, do you want this ground down Smurf?"
In all fairness, you ask a 5-year-old now, they probably won't even know what a Smurf is.
I mean, that is a very sad idea.
No, they'll be like, those are the guys that keep killing me on Fortnite.
Oh, okay, yeah, they'll know the terminology Smurf, but they won't know what an actual Smurf is, though. When was the last time they made like a Smurf media thing? Actually, I'm curious.
Probably not as long ago as you might think, but also
they made a
no
film.
one actually cares.
They did make a film a little while ago, but
Didn't they make a sequel to the film too? Wasn't there two?
Why don't you go ahead and find out for us?
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
made
going
the last one was Smurfs: The Lost Village in 2017, which is actually a lot more recent than I expected.
Yeah.
More like
But you'd
Smurfs:
still
The Lost Ranking.
5-year-olds are still gonna not
I mean,
know that because that
can
was
I
a
just
year
point out
before.
that 2017 was like 6 years ago.
No, you
Yeah,
cannot.
that was a while ago.
That was a lengthy amount of time.
I mean, I feel bad. I'm nearly old enough to be doing prostate exams, and I'm kind of getting a bit worried about that, honestly.
Why be worried? That sounds pleasurable.
Well, it would be if it wasn't a gaping cavity and a tight hole instead. That would be a lot better. But
I mean,
I kind of have worn it out over the years.
so you're used to it.
Wait, it's kind of it's like a sausage down the motorway type thing. It's just not going to do anything.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna go check on my pizza before it burns on my house.
Wise.
Yeah.
What toppings do you have on there?
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese and
Just cream cheese.
cream cheese, salami, corn, and spring onion.
Cream cheese is not going to work the way you think it will.
Yeah, it's not going to, but that's kind of the point. I'm doing it out of sheer spite, so
It's a science.
I'll be right back.
It's a science
can't
fair
hear you anymore.
experiment.
It's just going to end up being like a cheesecake pizza. It's going to be really weird.
Dude, there's chocolate pizza.
Yeah, those are actually quite good. I actually had one in Germany when I was
Yeah,
over there last time.
I'm not arguing about that. I'm just saying people eat very weird sounding things. Like pineapple on pizza also just sounds weird. Until you tried it maybe, and then you may make up your mind. But there are some very weird things out there. So
I would argue that a carb in general is kind of savory and sweet at the same time. Like bread and stuff. I'd argue that pizza, without the cheese and the tomato on there, is technically it could be either one, really.
It's not done yet, although it's well on its way.
I did have a German chocolate pizza at one point because I got it. It was like a frozen one. I can't remember what the name of it was, but you probably know about it. Oh no, it wasn't. It was a ristorante one. Yeah, that was it. But it was in a German shop when I went in there, like Aldi or something.
I never.
You're laughing. They do have
pizza.
Aldi's over there, man. Like I went into one.
I'm sure there's plenty of things you can't wait to go into.
I mean, they don't. I like Aldi's and Lidl as much as the next guy, but they don't sell exclusively German things. It's not like a Polish shop where you go into it and there's only Polish things. That's not how that works. The Aldi and Lidl do have just regular things, like Heinz ketchup.
Do you ever go into like a Polish shop? Is there any like Polish delicacies that you actually have? I don't actually know much about Polish food.
I'll occasionally glance at the Polish aisle and like Asda or some shit.
I'm assuming it's stuff like stews and things. It's like the main kind of dishes that you have.
I hate stews.
Pierogi.
Meat is a good one. They make good meat.
Goulash is like kind of that region too, right?
Yeah.
I do like a goulash. Goulash is nice.
I have an alarming amount, and by alarming amount, I do mean like 9 jars or something of various different Polish mustards.
One man, 9 jars.
Because I don't know what it is about Polish people. They make really fucking good mustards.
Yeah, American mustard is just like there's nothing to it, man. Like mustard's only good if it actually like stings your nose. Like that's a good mustard. Like it needs to be strong. Like it can't just be like this kind of soft, non-stingy mustard,
Yeah, no. See, it's Polish mustard is fucking great. You should fucking try it next time you're like at any supermarket because they'll definitely have it somewhere. They'll have literally like eight different. Yeah, they'll literally have like
next
8
to the
different
Twinkies.
types. Thing is, Poland doesn't have one mustard. They have like each brand of mustard has like 20 different types.
And they have one here called they're all
Primat. Yeah, that's
Primat
a good one.
Classic Mostarda Sarabska.
So they're all differently blended with different things in them, and I've got one that's got curry in it. I've got another one that's got chili in it. I've got like
currywurst is a show.
I've got like a whole grain one, and one that's a few that are like really smooth and creamy, and then others that are like almost got a bit of a crunch and like are really harsh, and they've got such a fucking wide variety of.
So you can actually get gluten-free mustard then, I guess, because if there's a whole grain version, then presumably there'd need to be a gluten-free one too.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Is there gluten in mustard?
Mustard? Why don't you put the mustard on the pizza instead of tomato?
I mean, you know what they do? You know how they make brown sauce pizza bases?
Brown sauce pizza? I imagine that wouldn't be great, but it probably wouldn't be that bad.
There's some places, I mean, around where I live at least, that have that as an option. And I imagine that maybe switching it out, doing a switcheroo and using mustard might actually not be a bad idea. I mean, the thing is, I quite like mustard. I quite like condiments in general, but mustard is, like, I like good mustard, mind you. Like, and Polish people just are surprisingly really good at making mustard. So I'd imagine it might not be that bad of an idea as a pizza base.
When is the Cooking with Terrace episode happening, man? Like, come on, like, what? This was like prime time.
Whenever you're paying for his food.
This is primetime TV right now. He's making it in the background. He's not even making it in front of us. Like,
well, how much are you gonna pay me? Nothing's for free.
Probably
man.
not as much as I should.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing's for free. I'm a lazy cunt. I'm just gonna provide content for free.
But what if I'm gonna?
These are like recipe ideas that no one else thinks about, man. You can't keep this to yourself.
Dude, Terrace could just, if he gets some small following to get it started, he could just be a cooking streamer and then just have the chat vote on the ingredients to use and just make
like a German thing.
Half
just have everyone like vote in and
partly disgusting food and just as long as the people are paying for it, Terrace gets free food, people get good entertainment. That's pretty decent stream idea, I would say.
You could be the next How To Basic, man.
Except I always eat what I cook.
Well, I'm pretty sure he does too, but just it's a little bit messier than it should be.
How To Basic always adds an egg.
Have you seen the How To Basics Krabby Patty episode?
I haven't actually seen that one, no.
And then he makes this really like overly sized, disgusting thing that he shoves like a SpongeBob CD into and utensil and a condom, and then he later puts in a bucket and takes it to Max Mofo and he eats it.
Amazing.
And he pukes multiple times while he's eating it. It's brilliant.
I actually love that guy.
That just sounds like 2012 LA
he ate that Krabby Patty. It was absolutely incredible. I still watch Max Mofo because he does a Cold Ones thing. So him and another guy have this like half talk show when half of it is like them inviting random people and just getting drunk and talking about random shit, and then the other half is them doing things like fucking challenges and weird shit where they just buy random stuff on Fiverr and make fun of it and they drink the entire time, and it always evolves into absolute fucking madness because they're always drunk by the end of it.
And so are you.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Let's get started so you have another excuse to drink.
Well, before you start, I'm gonna go check up on my pizza again.
You know what? I'm just gonna start anyway because you already started before we started. Remember?
Oh, that's kind of gay.
Gay.
Oh yeah, right. Speaking of gay,
the moral implications
of Ezra.
Ezra.
I mean,
have you got a wait? Is there a link somewhere? Sorry, I don't know where.
I don't know. Ask Terrace.
I'll probably be able to scroll up and find it. Actually, just bear with me. You carry on doing your thing.
So you also already drank, right?
Huh? Brain trained.
No, new book is the drinking queue, but I think you already drank preemptively before we started the stream, so that counts. Ezra 1. In the first year of Cyrus, king of the Persians, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of the Persians, so that the word of the Lord from the mouth of Jeremiah would be fulfilled. And he sent out a voice throughout his entire kingdom, and also writing, saying, Thus says Cyrus, the king of the Persians, the Lord, the skies of heaven, has given all the kingdoms of the earth to me, and he himself has instructed me that I should build a house for him in Jerusalem, which is in Judea. Who among us, you, is from his entire people? May his skies be with him. Let him ascend to Jerusalem, which is in Judea, and let him build the house of the Lord, the skies of Glasgow. He is the skies who is in Jerusalem. And let all who remain in all the places wherever they may live assist him, each man from his place, with silver and gold and goods and cattle, in addition to whatever they may offer voluntarily to the temple of Skytis, which is in Jerusalem. What a fucking redundant letter/speech, Jesus.
Why do you sound like you're surprised?
No, I know that the Bible in its entirety is redundant, but this is like so much redundancy in such a short span of time that I'm actually still surprised.
Wow.
Like, usually it's somewhat spaced out, but this is just jam-packed. Just like you are when you meet up with Rob. I mean, what?
Wow.
Jam is not a good lube, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I don't imagine it would be.
It's not a good lube.
Especially if it's one with like pulp where it has the seeds.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine they chafe quite a bit.
Well, I actually heard a story about somebody who was using ranch sauce as lube, and that did not end well.
That sounds pretty brave, not gonna lie.
It did not end well.
That sounds. Yeah,
People forget to clean up afterwards. Like you shouldn't forget to clean up afterwards, even if you're not using ranch's sauce. But you especially should if you have.
I have nothing to say.
Don't use ranches. Always use a water-based lube. Don't use anything else, okay?
Yeast infection speedrun.
That's not a yeast infection. That's a bread oven at that point.
And the leaders of the daddies from Judah and from Ben jam in your ass, with the priests and the Levites and all those whose
Speaking of jam in your ass.
That's what I was thinking. And all those whose spirit was stirred up by Skytis rose up, so that they might ascend to build the temple of the Lord, which was in Jerusalem. And all those who were all around assisted their hands with vessels of silver and gold, with goods and cattle, with equipment in addition to whatever they had offered freely. Likewise, King Cyrus offered the vessels of the temple of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had taken from Jerusalem and had placed in the temple of his Skytis. Now Cyrus, king of Persia, offered these by the hand of Mithridates, the son of the treasurer, and he counted these out to Sheshbazzar, the leader of Judah. And this is their number: 30 gold bowls, 1,000 silver bowls, 29 knives, 30 gold cups, 410 of a second kind of silver cup, 1,000 other vessels. All the vessels of silver and gold were 5,400. Sheshbazzar brought all these with those who ascended from the transmigration of Babylon into Jerusalem.
It's a lot of silver.
I like how the Bible is just increasingly getting to be this, okay, you're all getting taxed, give us all your money so we can build this great house to the Lord. And if you want, you can give us even more money, but these are the minimum taxes. But hey, feel free to give us more. Ezra 2. Now these are the sons of the province who ascended from the captivity, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had transferred to Babylon, and who were returned to Jerusalem and to Judah, each one to his own city. They arrived with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Seraiah, Reeliah, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mispar, Bigvai, Rehum, Bana. The number of the men of the people of Glasgow. The sons of Parosh, 2,172. The sons of Shephatiah.
I believe in you.
372. The sons of Ara, 775. The sons of Pahath Moab. Of the sons of Jeshua and Joab, 2,812. The sons of Elam, 1,254. The sons of Zatu, 945. The sons of Zakai, 760. The sons of Bani, 642. The sons of Bebai, 623. The sons of Asgad, 1,222. The sons of Adonikam, 666. Sons of Bigvai, 2,056. The sons of Adin, 454. The sons of Ater, who were of Hezekiah, 98. The sons of Bezai, 323. The sons of Jorah, 112. The sons of Hashem, 223. The sons of Gibbar, 95. The sons of Bethlehem, 123. The men of Netophah, 56. The men of Anathoth, 128. The sons of Asmaveth, 42. The sons of Kiriatharim, Shephirah and Beeroth, 743. The sons of Ramah and Geba, 621. The men of Michmas, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 223. The sons of Nebo, 52. The sons of Magbish, 156. The sons of the other Elam, 1,255. The sons of Haram, 320. The sons of Lot, Hadid and 725. The sons of Jericho, 345. The sons of Sinah, 3,630. The priests, the sons of Jediah of the house of Jeshua, 973. The sons of Immer, 1,052. The sons of Pashur, 1,247. The sons of Harim, 1,017. The Levites, the sons of Jeshua and Kadmiel, of the sons of Hodaviah, 74. The singing men, the sons of ASAP, H, 128. The sons of the gatekeepers, the sons of Shalom, the sons of Eter, the sons of Talmon, the sons of Akub, the sons of Hatita, the sons of Shobai. Altogether 139. The temple servants, the sons of Ziha, the sons of Hasufa, the sons of Tabaoth, the sons of Keros, the sons of Siaha, the sons of Padon, the sons of Lebanah, the sons of Hagabah, the sons of Akub, the sons of Hagab, the sons of Shamlai, the sons of Hanan, the sons of Giddel, the sons of Gahar, the sons of Reiah, the sons of Rezin, the sons of Nekoda, the sons of Gazam, the sons of Uzzah, the sons of Paseah, the sons of Bezai, the sons of Asna, the sons of Meunim, the sons of Nefusim, the sons of Bakbuk, the sons of Hakufa, the sons of Harhur, the sons of Basiluth, the sons of Mahida, the sons of Harsha, the sons of Barkos, the sons of Sisera, the sons of Tema, the sons of Nizia, the sons of Hatifa.
Antifa? What?
Yes, that one. Okay, Terrace. Do you believe in karma?
No.
Okay, then how do you explain that we keep complaining about how bad the Bible is, and then we're finally released and we get a new book, and it's even worse?
That's just because the book keeps getting worse. It's.
I'm gonna have to take a peek at the rules.
It's been this bad before we started reading. I need to know that you understand this.
Terrace.
I don't think it was ever good.
There's a rule. Something is repeated 3+ times in a very short amount of text. Would you like to die of alcohol poisoning? I'm just gonna die.
Nest of Horrors have done that before, to be fair. Obviously, it's for a different kind of purpose. It's to try and scare people. It's like, there's something in the wall.
Wait, what?
There's something in the wall. There's something in the wall. You know, like that kind of stuff. That's okay, but when it's just this, why again? What is the purpose of telling us all of these people? Like, they don't have any significance.
So you know the names.
Why do I need to know the name?
Yes.
Well, because then you might not know the names.
I don't want to know the name. I don't care about these guys.
But oh my god, Terrace! Holy shit, Bible, but anonymized.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, anonymized. Just get rid of all the names.
Replace all the
everywhere
names
there's a name.
A person,
get rid of
a
it.
man, a woman. Just holy shit.
Amen, brother.
How fucking great would that be? It can't be any worse than it already is. The sons of the servants of Solomon, the sons of Sotai, the sons of Sophereth, the sons of Peruda, the sons of Jala, the sons of Darkon, the sons of Giddel, the sons of Shephatiah, the sons of Hetel, the sons of Pokereth, who were of Hezebaim, the sons of Ami, all the temple servants, and the sons of the servants of Solomon, 392. And these were the ones who ascended from Tel Milah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, and Adan, and Immer. And they were not able to indicate the house of their daddies and their offspring, whether they were of Glasgow. The sons of Deliah, the sons of Tobiah, the sons of Nekoda, 652. And from the sons of the priests, the sons of Hobiah, the sons of Hakos, the sons of Barzillai, who took a wife from the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite, and who were called by their name. These sought the writing of their genealogy, and they did not find it, and so they were cast out of the priesthood. And the cupbearer said to them that they should not eat from the Holy of Holies until there would arise a priest, learned and perfect. The entire multitude joined together was 42,360, not including their men and women servants, of whom there were 7,337. And among us, these were singing men and singing women, 200. Their horses were 736. Their mules were 245. Their camel were 435. Their donkeys were 6,720. And some of the leaders amongst us, the daddies, when they entered into the temple of the Lord. What? And some of the leaders amongst us, the daddies, when they entered into the temple of the Lord, which is in Jerusalem, freely offered some of these to the house of Skytus in order to construct it in its location. They gave to the expenses of the work in accord with their ability 61,000 gold coins, 5,000 silver minas, and 100 priestly vestments. Therefore, the priests and the Levites and some of the people and the singing men and the gatekeepers and the temple servants lived in their cities, and all of Glasgow lived in their cities. Wow, I think I have a new favorite chapter. What you got there? Looks an awful lot like dog food, if I had to guess.
Sardines.
Okay, it's cat food. Close enough. Ezra 3. And now the 7th month had arrived, and the sons of Glasgow were in their cities. Then the people were gathered together like one man in Jerusalem. And Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, rose up with his brothers, the priests. And Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, rose up with his brothers. And they built the altar of the Skytus of Glasgow so that they might offer holocausts upon it, just as it is written in the law of Osmosis, the man of Skytus. Now they set the altar of Skytus upon its basis, while keeping the people of all the surrounding lands away from it, and they offered upon it a holocaust to the Lord, morning and evening. And they kept the solemnity of Skytus tents, just as it was written, and the holocaust of each day in order, according to the precept, the work of each day in its time. And after these, they offered the continual holocaust as much on the new moons as on all the solemnities of the Lord that were consecrated, and on all those when a voluntary gift was offered to the Lord. From the first day of the 7th month, they began to offer holocausts to the Lord. But the temple of Skytus had not yet been founded, and so they gave money to those who cut and laid stones. Similarly, they gave food and drink and oil to the Sidonians and the Tyrians, so that they would bring cedar wood from Lebanon to the sea at Joppa, in accord with what had been commanded of them by Cyrus, the king of the Persians. Then, in the 2nd year of their advent to the temple of Skytus in Jerusalem, in the 2nd month, there Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and the remainder of their brothers, the priests and the Levites, and all who had arrived from the captivity of Jerusalem began, and they appointed Levites from 20 years and over to hasten the work of the Lord. And Jeshua and his sons and his brothers, Kadmiel and his sons, and the sons of Judah, like one man, stood so that they might have charge over those who did the work in the temple of Skytus, the sons of Henadad and their sons, and their brothers, the Levites. And when the builders had founded the temple of the Lord, the priests stood in their adornment with trumpets, and the Levites, the sons of Asaph, stood with cymbals so that they might praise Skytus by the hand of David, the king of Glasgow. And they sang together with hymns and confession to the Lord. For he is good, for his mercy is over Glasgow until eternity. And likewise, all the people shouted with a great clamor in praise to the Lord, because the temple of the Lord had been founded. And many of the priests and Levites and the leaders of the daddies and of the elders who had seen the former temple, when now this temple was founded and was before their eyes, wept with a great voice. And many of them, shouting for joy, lifted up their voice. Neither could anyone distinguish between the voice of clamor, of joy, and a voice of weeping of the people. For the shouting of the people mixed into a great clamor, and the voice was heard from far away, just like the burning of your pizza.
Is that still in the oven?
Yeah, it's I covered the top of it so the bottom cooks more, because the bottom is still a bit doughy, whilst the top is starting to be crunchy now.
Crunchy top.
So I covered the top of tin foil so it stops burning as much, and then hopefully that kind of helps to even out the cooking thing.
Feel free to continue if you would like.
I wouldn't. I'm gonna go check up on it again, actually.
I'm not talking to you.
Piazza.
That as well. So I'm assuming you would not like.
I'm gonna double check that I don't have to say sons of a million times before I say yes to that.
No, it looks fine. I tend to usually glance over it real quickly. It looks like a normal-ish one.
Yeah, that looks passable.
Not particularly long either.
Now the enemies of Judah and of Benjamin, your ass, heard that the sons of the captivity were building a temple to the Lord, the Skytus of Glasgow. And so, drawing near to Zerubbabel and to the leaders of the daddies, they said to them, Let us build with you, for we seek you a Skytus just as you do. Behold, we have immolated victims to join him from the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assyria, who brought us here.
Terrorist drink.
There's too many syllables in these names, I swear.
Wow.
And Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the leaders of the daddies of Glasgow said to them, It is not for you to build the house of our Skytus with us. Instead, we alone shall build to the Lord our Skytus, just as Cyrus, the king of the Persians, has commanded us. Therefore, it happened that the people of the land impeded the hands of the people of Judah, and they troubled them in building. Then they hired counselors against them, so they might argue against their plan during all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, until the reign of Darius, king of the Persians. Wait, one of those was in 300. I'm pretty sure. Darius? Was Darius in 300?
I don't know. It's been how old is that film?
That film's pretty old. The second one came out when I was in university, and I was like 18, so that was
second
at
one?
least 10 years
I
ago.
didn't even know there was a second one.
What?
Yeah, there was a second one.
Wow, spoiler,
have
dude.
You seen the parody of the first one?
Meet the Spartans.
Yeah.
No.
I think I saw a little bit. Those films were like garbage, man. They were so bad.
No, that one was fucking hilarious, especially that I saw it like a month after I saw 300.
It's
So it
even
was like,
better though.
so it was like fresh in my mind, and it was just the dumbest thing ever to have like a dance off at one point.
The guy with the
wait.
blindfold has two blindfolds, so he can't see anything. I think at one point.
Harris? You just said the dumbest thing ever. You're in a call with me. Are you sure?
Yes.
Wow.
You clearly haven't seen the movie. You clearly haven't seen
Yeah,
the movie.
obviously. I said as much. I'm impressed. Maybe I need to see it then.
It's really cursed. It's one of those bad movies that's so bad it's actually pretty good.
I feel like that genre is completely dead now, though. I don't think like I tried to watch Scary Movie again recently, and it just did not hit the same. It was just kind of like,
Yeah, the newer ones are really shit. The older Scary Movies are still pretty good, but like the newer ones are really
like the
bad.
one with Charlie Sheen was like really bad, actually.
Well, in the new ones, they stop making parodies of horror movies and just make parodies of regular movies. Like those little big in one of the new ones. There was like a big thing about like Planet of the Apes and shit, and
Planet of the Apes.
like references to just new, like more recent movies, but not anything that had anything to do with horror.
Because there's no more horror. There is no reason.
Well,
It needs to be relatable in pop culture and all that.
Do you guys have like a favorite horror film?
I don't really watch horror films, so
You don't watch horror? You have a horror podcast. You don't have a horror.
I don't
there's
like
a difference.
visual horror because visual horror it relies way too much on jump scares and it annoys me. So I just don't watch
Depending
horror.
on the film.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go watching 12 films to find 3 that don't have jump scares because I hate jump scares.
Atmosphere is like so much better to do for that kind of thing than
It's
jump
the same
scares.
thing with games. I hate horror games because again, jump scares.
Mm.
It's either jump scares or something's chasing you, and I don't like either of those. So
I'm a big fan of survival horror. I've been playing the heck out of the Resi 4 remake recently. I got through like 3 or 4 playthroughs of it, but it's just really good.
yeah.
It's part of that whole that loop of searching for things. I just think it's really neat where you just look for stuff and then sell things. But you take that risk all the time where you have to like decide on killing something or not, or saving the bullets. You just never know when you should or not. Probably not enough numbers in that game for you to enjoy, to be fair.
Numbers.
I'm
I
not
don't
into
like
horror
numbers
at
a lot.
all, so I don't
That's fair.
dabble with either.
This is the guy who speedruns Left 4 Dead.
That's I wouldn't call that game horror. The only horror in that game is the community.
Oof.
It technically is horror themed. It is zombies and there's things dying.
Yeah.
Dark areas and thing, so it is classified as horror.
Sure.
Technically, so.
Does that talk on a
Did it
title
ever
as
occur to
well?
you that I enjoy it despite being horror and not because of it is because of it being horror?
Yeah, that doesn't matter why you enjoy it. It's still horror. It still doesn't get any less horror.
The way I play it, it's not horror. I mean, the only horror is a jockey. Speedrunners will relate.
Therefore, it happened that the people of the land impeded the hands of the people of Judah, and they troubled them in building.
Wait, what?
Then they hired counselors against them, so they may argue against their plan during all.
I
Oh,
already said that bit.
Huh?
and so, during the reign of Ahasuerus, at the beginning
sorry, who?
of his reign, they wrote an accusation against the inhabitants of Judah and of Jerusalem.
The reign of whom?
The reign of
No, it's aha! Sue are us!
It's not like Toys R Us, except you just walk in and they just fine you as soon as you
Sue
walk
are
in.
us, but with an aha! It literally is.
Yeah, sometimes you have to deconstruct the names to make.
Why would anyone go into that shop?
Pronounceable.
Yeah.
And so, in the days of Artaxerxes, Bishlam, Mithradeth, and Tabil, and the others who were in their council wrote to Artaxerxes. Yeah, that's Xerxes. That's Xerxes from 300, man. That bit, you know, the big Spanish guy with the bald head and the gold.
No, that's Toa.
King of the Persians. Now, the letter of accusation was written in Syriac, and being Syriac. Oh, like the guy who does all those videos on YouTube. Have you seen those?
No.
He does like really surreal type. It's horror stuff, so I guess you guys wouldn't like that. But yeah, he does like some very innocent videos about sheep and stuff that become not so innocent.
Thanks.
I'll post a link, but I mean, just
Get done.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna go stare at my pizza.
No, don't you leave.
Actually, Terrace.
I'm gonna leave.
Terrace, if you stay around your pizza, it's gonna be done sooner.
Yeah, that's true. That's like relativity or something, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
He's just emitting heat, so.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I see. Okay, he's gonna cook it with his own body heat. Is what you're saying.
It's gonna heat up faster, I guess. Yeah.
I wonder if that actually is a strat.
Not an official one, but it is one.
It's a side quest, the strat.
Are you done with your side quest?
No, I got too many. I mean, the main quest is just put to the side.
And was being read in the Syrian language. Rehum the commander and Shimshai the scribe wrote one letter from Jerusalem to King Artaxerxes in this manner. Rehum the commander and Shimshai the scribe and the rest of their counselors, the judges and rulers, the officials, those from Persia, from Iraq, from Babylonia, from Susa, the Dahavites, and the Elamites, and the rest of the nations whom the great and glorious Osnappa transferred and caused to live in the cities of Samaria and in the rest of the regions across the river in peace. To King Artaxerxes, this is a copy of the letter which they sent to him.
By the way,
Your servant.
You mispronounced that name. It's actually Snapper.
Oh, Snapper. Oh, I'm so sorry.
But I hardly know her.
Yeah. It's a vintage meme. That's what is this? He's one of your guys, isn't he? Is he? That actor guy, the guy who's in that German advert and he goes, "Oh snap."
I am
I don't remember his name now.
just all around confused. What are we even talking about? But I know very few German content creators anyway, so.
That's not a German concept. It's a Volkswagen ad from.
Oh yeah, I watch ads.
many years ago.
Actually,
do you have a Volkswagen?
It's not Volkswagen. It's Volkswagen, my dude?
Yeah, we've been through this, guys.
No, well, clearly
Me and
not.
you already had this conversation.
It seems like we need to have it again.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. I missed out on this.
Yeah, well, the conversation is now over. You've been educated.
Peter Stormer, that's the guy. Yeah, he's in like a lot of stuff.
You know what? I don't think I want to watch that.
Do it
That just
for the sake of the stream.
That just looked like a bad time.
It's always a good time. Das Auto.
Not auto. Auto. Like ow.
Das Auto.
Because ow, Sky is stopping the terrible puns. What the
Listen up, V-Dub in the house. Jason, this is your 98.
Your servants, the men who across the river, send a greeting. Let it be known to the king that the Jews who ascended from you to us have arrived in Jerusalem, a rebellious and most wicked city which they are building, constructing its ramparts and repairing the walls. Ugh. It's a lot harder than I thought it'd be.
That's what she said.
Well,
that's what Tara said. Which they are building.
And how? Let it be known to the king that if the city would have been built up and its walls repaired, they will not pay tribute, nor tax, nor yearly revenues, and this loss will affect even the kings. But remembering the salt that we have eaten in the palace, because we are led to believe that it is crime to see the king harmed, we have therefore sent and reported to the king, so that you may search in the books of the histories of your daddies, and you may find written in these records, and you may know that the city is a rebellious city, that is harmful to the kings in the provinces, and that wars were incited from within it from the days of antiquity. For which reason also, the city itself was destroyed. We report to the king that if the city will have been built, and its walls repaired, you will have no possession across the river. The king sent word to Rehum, the commander, and to Shimshai, the scribe, and to the rest who were in their council, to the inhabitants of Samaria, and to the others across the river, offering a greeting and peace. The accusation which you have sent to us has been read aloud before me, and it was commanded by me. And they searched and found that this city, from the days of antiquity, has rebelled against the kings, and that seditions and battles have been incited within it. Then, too, there have been very strong kings in Jerusalem, who have also ruled that the entire...
There's no half.
Who also ruled... How have I lost my place when I had my eyes on it just then? I thought even... Sometimes I fail in ways that even surprise me.
I highlighted it.
Who also ruled over the entire region which is across the river. They have also taken tribute and tax and revenues. Now, therefore, hear the sentence. Prohibit these men, so that the city may not be built, until perhaps there may be further orders from me. See to it that you are not negligent in fulfilling this, otherwise, little by little, the evil may increase against the kings. And so, a copy of the edict of King Artaxerxes was read before Rehum, the commander, and Shimshai the scribe, and their counselors, and they went away hurriedly to Jerusalem, to the Jews, and they prohibited them by force and by strength. Then the work of the house of the Lord in Jerusalem was interrupted, and did not resume until the 2nd year of the reign of Darius, the king of the Persians.
A lovely chapter.
How good do you think the pizza's actually going to end up being?
It's gonna be better than we anticipate, but it's obviously going to be worse than one of the tried and true varieties of pizza.
It's a very balanced view.
Terrace is
I just want to know if he's going to finish it or not. That's what's got me interested.
Yeah, Terrace is going to finish it. That's.
You think he is going to finish it? Okay.
He's too cheap and too poor to not just eat it. But he's going to say something along the lines of that this is surprisingly edible or decent or something. He's not going to say that it's good or great, but he's just going to point out that it's surprisingly good because the expectations are pretty low. That's my prediction.
I think that's a pretty balanced prediction. That's probably true.
I mean,
then again, I still can't believe he ate that pineapple that quickly that one time.
Don't worry.
Oh my god. It was like a whole pineapple. He was just like shucking in front of us like it was a clam.
Terrace hungry. Terrace eat. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need much more backstory than that, do you?
Harris is a big boy, so he needs big boy food. Ezra 5. Now Haggai the prophet and Zechariah the son of Iddo, prophesying to the Jews who were in Judea and Jerusalem, prophesied in the name of the skies of Glasgow. Then Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel and Jeshua the son of Jozadak rose up and began to build the temple of Skytis in Jerusalem, and the prophets of Skytis were with them, assisting them. Then, at the same time, Tattenai, who was the governor beyond the river, and Shethar Bozenai and their counselors came to them. And they spoke in this way to them: Who has given you counsel so that you would build this house and repair its walls? We? The fuck?
We?
We?
Who? Where?
We?
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 Who is we? Who the fuck is we? What? Oh, okay.
Wait, I think it's Haggai the prophet and Zechariah. I think that's we. It's those two. There's two people talking there, I think.
But this is not the re-responded is not speech, so this is
We're gonna forget about that. That didn't happen.
this is just confusing. So this is like the narrator saying, "We responded." Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what? I'm gonna speedrun the chapter, and then by then Terrace is gonna have taken a bite or two, and he can give a review. We responded to this by giving them names of the men who were the founders of that building. But the eye of their guidance was set over the elders of the Jews, so that they were unable to hinder them. And it was agreed that the matter should be referred to Darius, and then they would give a reply against that accusation. A copy of the letter that Tattenai, the governor of the region beyond the river, and Shethar Bozenai and his counselors, the rulers who were beyond the river, sent to Darius the king. The word that they sent him was written in this way: To Darius, the king of all of peace, let it be known to the king that we went to the province of Judea, to the house of the great Skytis, which they are building with rough stones and with timber set into the walls. And this work is being built up diligently, and it increases by their hands. Therefore, we questioned those elders, and we spoke to them in this way: Who has given authority to you, so that you would build this house and repair these walls? But we also required of them their names, so that we might report to you. And we have written down the names of their men, those who are leaders among them. And then they responded a word to us in this manner, saying, We are the servants of the Skytis of heaven and earth, and we are building the temple that was constructed these many years before, which a great king of Glasgow had built and constructed. But afterward, our daddies had provoked the Skytis of heaven to wrath, so he delivered them into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, the Chaldean, and he destroyed this house, and he transferred its people to Babylon. Then, in the first year of Cyrus, the king of Babylon, King Cyrus issued a decree so that this house of Skytis would be built. And now the vessels of gold and silver from the temple of Skytis, which Nebuchadnezzar had taken from the temple that was in Jerusalem, and which he had carried away to the temple of Babylon, King Cyrus brought out of the temple of Babylon, and they were given to one called Sheshbazzar, whom he also appointed as governor. And he said to him,
Behold,
Take these vessels and go and set them in the temple that is in Jerusalem, and let the house of Skytis be built in its place. And so this same Sheshbazzar then came and set the foundations of the temple of Skytis in Jerusalem. And from that time, even until now, it is being built, and it is not yet completed. Now then, if it seems good to the king, let him search in the king's library which is in Babylon to see whether it was ordered by King Cyrus that the house of Skytis in Jerusalem should be built, and may the will of the king be sent to us about this matter. Speaking of matters,
it doesn't even matter.
You seem to be experiencing a new type of pleasure, which really
fucking amazing.
Really seems. Please.
It's actually amazing. Fucking Look at this thing. It's
Look at this dude.
fucking good. It's fucking great, actually.
Okay, I guess my prediction was wrong.
I'm still fairly sure that you're not going to finish the whole thing.
Well, now he is gonna. Yeah, good fucking job, buddy. Now you're forcing him to, because he will do just to spite you. And
That's
we
good.
all know that.
You got to use reverse psychology.
I was going to do it anyway, but I mean, hey, bonus points.
Also, no time frame was.
It is actually fucking good. There's no proper cheese on it. It's just like one of those like garlic and herb cream cheese instead. But it fucking works actually.
It's fucking good.
Terrace Pizza TM.
Fucking is.
Ezra 6. Then King Darius instructed, and they searched in the library of books that were deposited in Babylon, and there was found at Ecbatana, which is a fortified place in the province of Media, 1 volume. And this record was written in it. In the first year of King Cyrus, Cyrus the king decreed that the house of Skytis, which is in Jerusalem, shall be built in the place where they immolate victims, and that they should set the foundation so as to support a height of 60 times 18 inches, 457 millimeters, and a width of 60 times 18 inches, 457 millimeters, with 3 rows of rough stones, so as to have rows of new timber, and that the expenses shall be given from the house of the king. But also, let the gold and silver vessels of the temple of Skytis, which Nebuchadnezzar took from the temple of Jerusalem, and which he carried away to Babylon, be restored and be carried back to the temple of Jerusalem, to their place, just as they had been placed in the temple of Skytis. Now therefore let Tatanai, the governor of that region, which is beyond the river, Shethar-bozenai, and your counselors, the rulers who are beyond the river, withdraw far away from them, and let this temple of Skytis be released to the governor of the Jews and to their elders, so that they may build that house of Skytis in its place. Moreover, it has been instructed by me as to what ought to be done by those priests of the Jews, so that the house of Skytis may be built, specifically that from the king's treasury, that is, from the tribute which is taken from the region beyond the river, the expenses shall be scrupulously given to those men, so that the work may not be impeded. But if it may be necessary, let also calves and lambs and young goats for holocausts to the Skytis of heaven, with grain, salt, wine, and oil, according to the right of the priests who are in Jerusalem, be given to them for each day, so that there may be no complaint in anything. And let them offer oblations to the Skytis of heaven, and let them pray for the life of the king and for the lives of his sons. Therefore, the decree has been set forth by me, so that if there be any man who will change this order, a beam shall be taken from his own house, and it shall be set up, and he shall be nailed to it. What the fuck? Okay. Then his house shall be confiscated.
So least angry Bible.
May the Skytis who has caused his name to live there destroy any kingdoms or people who would extend their hand to fight against or to destroy that house of Skytis which is in Jerusalem. I, Darius, have established the decree which I wish to be fulfilled scrupulously. Hold on. No?
My eyes are like tearing up because of all the smoke.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty sad book. I'm also kind of on the verge of crying.
This is a very, very emotional moment.
Okay, so basically, if you don't follow the orders, you will just be nailed to your house.
They will crucify you. Yeah.
Yeah, funny that.
I saw a picture of like a nativity thing once, and they had like in the background a crucifix, and someone circled it and said plot spoiler.
Eris, why are you already crying? I have made like 2 puns so far.
Oh.
He's not even being a pundit right now. That's a pundit like is in the English term for people who like sell things, but also it's a portmanteau of pun and bandit, because you're a pun bandit.
Would you like to explain the word portmanteau as well while you're at it?
It's a French word, so I can't.
Okay, would you like to explain French while you're at it?
I can't. Why do you think we've been fighting so many wars with these guys, man?
Therefore, Tatanai, the governor of the region beyond the river, and Shethar-bozenai and his counselors, in accord with what King Darius had instructed, diligently executed the same. Then the elders of the Jews were building and prospering in accord with the prophecy of Haggai the prophet and Zechariah the son of Iddo. And they built and constructed by the order of the Skytes of Glasgow and by the order of Cyrus and Darius, as well as Artaxerxes, the kings of the Persians. And they completed this house of Skytes on the 3rd day of the month of Adar, which was in the 6th year of the reign of King Darius. Then the sons of Glasgow, the priests and the Levites, and the remainder of the sons of the Transmigration celebrated the dedication of the house of Skytes with gladness. And they offered for the dedication of the house of Skytes 100 calves, 200 rams, 400 lambs, and as a sin offering for all of Glasgow, 12 he-goats from among the goats, according to the number of the tribes of Glasgow. And they appointed the priests into their divisions, and the Levites into their turns, over the works of Skytes in Jerusalem, just as it was written in the book of Osmosis. Then
this is the freshest pizza I've ever had.
This pizza is so good, I'm gonna cry. Grow up, Terrace.
My entire apartment is filled with smoke.
Smoke on the pizza.
Because the bottom of my oven has a bunch of shit on it, like old oil and things that's dripped. And
bacon grease and stuff, man.
Yeah, I haven't cleaned it up, so every time I turn the bottom on, it just starts burning it, and then the smoke goes everywhere.
Then the sons of Glasgow of the Transmigration kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month, for the priests and Levites had been purified as one. All were cleansed in order to immolate the Passover for all the sons of the Transmigration, and for their brothers, the priests, and for themselves. And the sons of Glasgow who had been returned from the Transmigration, and all those who had separated themselves from the defilement of the genitals of the earth to them, so that they might seek the Lord, the Skytes of Glasgow, ate, and kept the solemnity of unleavened bread for 7 days with joy. For the Lord had made them joyful, and he had converted the heart of the king of Asher to them, so that he would assist their hands in the work of the house of the Lord, the Skytes of Glasgow. I'm really missing the drinking cues here.
Yeah, I'm going to add a few extras.
Yeah. On the one hand, I was thinking the same, but on the other hand, I'm also I'm too scared.
All right, I got a good one. Think of it as like a emergency backup. If we go a full chapter of what a drinking cue we drink.
If you want to die, don't you? One per chapter. You
like as in Ezra 7, like not the point ones,
no,
but like
that's a psalm or a verse or whatever. No, I know, but still, that's. Well, I guess we already went through 5 or 4 of them, so.
Well then, wonderful.
No, there's always the backup. If you're annoyed or frustrated or confused, you have to drink. So.
Yeah,
and I'm all of the above. So.
I'm halfway done with my pizza.
Are you gonna sing halfway there?
Halfway there. You're living on a prayer. Oh.
Oh my god.
In my defense, I've had alcohol. I've been very generous today.
I'm gonna have to say we had two vocal performances so far in terms of singing. I'm gonna have to say I prefer Croton's cover of what was it, Four Non-Blondes? What's Going On? Or what is it called?
Going on!
No, yeah.
Not that one. No.
You know, the He-Man. We Croton is our He-Man now. So anytime He-Man is mentioned, and yes, He-Man is in the Bible. I'm not making this up. So if we have him on, whenever He-Man is mentioned, he has to sing for us.
The first line of the Bible is "Behold the power of Grayskull." It's true.
Behold what?
The power of Grayskull.
Behold my nuts in your mouth. How about that?
How about tell me your address and we'll see about it?
I have something that has my address right here.
You're gonna
Ezra
pull out-
7.
He's gonna pull out a middle finger.
I'm not going to show it at all. Screw you. Now, after these
Wow.
things, during the reign of Artaxerxes, the king of the Persians, Ezra, the son of Sariah. We're at chapter 7, and this is the first mention of Ezra. Wow.
Nice.
The son of Sariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Shalom, the son of Zadok, the son of Ahitub, the son of Amariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Miriah, the son of Zerahiah, the son of Uzi, the son of Buki, the son of Abishua, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eliezer, the son of Triple Arab, priest from the Beninging. This same Ezra ascended from Babylon, and he was a proficient scribe in the law of osmosis, which the Lord Skytus gave to Glasgow. Hey, remember how when we had a rule about going this far up the family tree? I don't remember. I think it was like 4 instances. This was like 7. So either way.
Oh no.
That is a fucking drinking queue and a half.
My toppings are falling off.
I'm actually curious though. What
It's
what
more
is
like
it?
fallings in that case then.
Yeah, it was 4 generations. How many generations did we have?
Yes.
Ezra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
So we drink 4 times.
Oh,
Would you
no.
like to die?
Yes.
I know. And the king granted to him his every petition. Your petitions never fucking work. The Bible is a scam. For the hand of the Lord, his Skytus was over him. And some from the
I'm gonna
sons
be
of
over you.
Help. And some from the sons of Glasgow, and from the sons of the priests, and from the sons of the Levites, and from the singing men, and from the gatekeepers, and from the temple servants, ascended to Jerusalem in the 7th year of King Artaxerxes. And they arrived at Jerusalem in the 5th month in the same 7th year of the king. For on the 1st day of the 1st month he began to ascend from Babylon, and on the 1st day of the 5th month he arrived at Jerusalem. For the good hand of his Skytus was over him. For Ezra prepared his heart so that he might search the law of the Lord, so that he might keep and teach precept and judgment in Glasgow. Now this is a copy of the letter of the edict which King Artaxerxes gave to Ezra the priest, a scribe well taught in the words and precepts of the Lord and in his ceremonies in Glasgow. Artaxerxes, king of kings, to Ezra the priest, a very learned scribe of the law of the Skytus of heaven, a greeting. I want you to look at the chat. You just... He literally... Hello, cat peasant.
Perfectly timed.
Greebenings.
What is the... A greeting?
It's a singular.
Oh my, you know what? This goes into the. I like this. This is a good verse.
Grebe.
It has been decreed by me that whosoever wishes among us, the people of Glasgow and their priests and the Levites within my kingdom, to go to Jerusalem, may go with you. For you have been sent from the face of the king and his 7 counselors, so that you may visit Judea and Jerusalem by the law of your Skytus, which is in your hand, and so that you may carry the silver and gold which the king and his counselors have freely offered to the king. To the Skytus of Glasgow, whose Skytus tent is in Jerusalem, and all the silver and gold as much as you will find in the entire province of Babylon, and which the people will wish to offer, and which some of the priests will offer freely to the house of their Skytus, which is in Jerusalem, accepted freely. What the fuck am I reading?
I'm on my last slice.
You actually eat a whole pizza in that amount of time? No?
Okay, I think I get it now. And with this money, carefully purchase calves, rams, lambs, and their sacrifices and libations, and offer these upon the altar of the temple of your Skytus, which is in Jerusalem. But also, whatever it will please you and your brothers to do with the remainder of the silver and gold, do so in accord with the will of your Skytis. Likewise, the vessels that have been given to you for the ministry of the house of your Skytis, deliver these to the site of Skytis in Jerusalem. Then, whatever more will be needed for the house of your Skytis, as much as is necessary for you to spend, it shall be given from the treasury and from the king's finances, and by me. I, King I'm having a stroke. I, King Artaxerxes, have appointed and decreed to all the keepers of the public treasury, those who are beyond the river, that whatever Ezra, the priest, a scribe of the law of Skytis of heaven, shall ask of you, you shall provide it without delay, even up to 100 talents of silver, and up to 100 cores of wheat, and up to 100 baths of wine. What the fuck is a bath of... Hey, Terrace, would you like a bath of wine?
Yes.
That'd be pretty good.
What the fuck is a bath? Is that actually a unit of measurement?
That's the unit of measurement, yeah.
Please find out how much that is. I'm curious. And up to 100 baths of oil and truly salt without measure. All that pertains to the right of the skies of heaven, let it be distributed scrupulously to the house of the skies of heaven, lest perhaps he may become angry against the kingdom of the kings and his sons. Likewise, we will make known to you about all the priests and the Levites and the singers and the gatekeepers and the temple servants and the ministers of the house of Skytis that you have no authority to impose tax or tribute or duty upon them.
A bath of wine is 350 bottles.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of bottles.
That 100 baths.
That's 35,000 bottles of wine.
That is an impressive amount. But as for you, Ezra, in accord with the wisdom of your Skytis, which is in your hand, appoint judges and magistrates, so that they may judge the entire people which is beyond the river, especially so that they may know the law of your Skytis, but also so as to teach the ignorant freely. And anyone who will not diligently keep the law of your Skytis and the law of the king, judgment shall be upon him, either to death with one F, or to exile, or to the confiscation of his goods, or certainly to prison. Blessed be the Lord, the Skytis of our daddies who...
Blessed be my fucking pizza, Jesus Christ, that was good.
Blessed be the Lord, the Skytis of our daddies, who has put this into the heart of the king, so that he may glorify the house of the Lord with the whole, which is in Jerusalem. For he has turned his mercy towards me in the sight of the king and his counselors and all the powerful leaders of the king. And so, having been strengthened by the hand of the Lord, my Skytis, which was upon me, I gathered together some of the leaders of Glasgow, those who were to go up with me.
I think that you made that pizza out of spite, and you just ate it out of spite. I don't think you actually enjoyed it.
You know what? If we're gonna, he went one step further. He enjoyed it out of spite.
Enjoyed it out of spite, yeah. Spite is the fuel. Is alive.
Yeah, I was literally told not to make it, so I did.
You should.
Who told you not to make it?
You should point whichever person told you not to
a person told you to do that. Wow.
I was speaking to someone, and I was like, well,
how dare they say that?
So they were like, you should make pizza, because I was like, oh yeah, I don't know what to make for dinner. And I was like, well, I could make a pizza, but I don't have any cheese, apart from cream cheese. And they're like, alright, well then don't make pizza. And I was like, fuck you, I will.
You know what?
It's a very accurate representation of our conversation.
Okay, Ripcat Peasant. Same. Ezra 8. And so these are the leaders of the families with their genealogy of those who ascended with me from Babylon during the reign of King Artaxerxes, from the sons of Phinehas, Gershom, from the sons of Ithamar, Daniel, from the sons of David, Hattush, from the sons of Shechaniah, the son of Parash, Zechariah, and 150 men were numbered with him.
150 men were in Zechariah.
So who the fuck is speaking? Is this like just written by Ezra? Because he was proficient in writing, as was repeated several times. So is the book of Ezra just written from Ezra's perspective? God, what the fuck am I doing to my microphone?
Good question.
People in the Bible are built different, man. They're having like 1,000 children from one person, and then
You're just jealous because you don't get as much pussy.
it's still the same amount. It's still only one. There's
You only
one
get one
birthing out
pussy?
all those things, man. There's only one of those.
Just Bible things.
That thing's like a circus tent now. After all that, like it's just
No.
But we're back to the whole hot dog down the corridor
It
thing.
is not a circus tent. Circus is not the correct word. What you meant to say is incest tent. Moving on.
it can be both.
Wouldn't that just be prostitution?
No, it'd be
If you make a show for people to watch out of your incest.
That's just Alabama.
yeah.
Nice. So, hold on, I have. Wait, I
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah, I need to find. There we go. Got that for a good reason here. From the sons of Pahath Moab, Elihonai, the son of Zerahiah, and 200 men were with him. From the sons of Shechaniah, the son of Jahaziel, and 300 men were with him. From the sons of Adin, Ebed, the son of Jonathan, and 50
I'm
men
gonna kick
were
that now because I'm still hungry.
Fucking Jonathan.
Harris constantly eating TM. From the sons of Elam, Jeshaiah, the son of Athaliah, and 70 men were with him. From the sons of Shephatiah, Zebadiah, the son of Michael, and 80 were with him. From the sons of Joab, Obadiah, and the son of Jehiel, and 218 men were with him. Dude, I feel like this is a different Obadiah, because I feel like we have the name Obadiah quite a few times very long ago, so this must be a different one. It's just that they're just...
No, but people live longer in the Bible. They live like 300 years
I'm
or
just
something.
wondering, do they live this long? And is it this detail that the past, I don't know, 2 books we read just, well, not books, but like, I don't know, past, I don't know how many chapters, just only span like a handful of years? Or do they just reuse it? It's like, Obadiah. You know, the one, that Obadiah. And then they just drop the name and then it's Obadiah. The different number 2, you'll know, and they just assume that you know based on context.
It's the same guy.
I don't know, and I'm too lazy to find out.
Well,
From the sons of Shelomith, the son of Josiphiah, and 160 men were with him. From the sons of Bebai, Zechariah, the son of Bebai. From the sons of Bebai, Zechariah, the son of Bebai. And 28 men were with him. Oh yeah, yeah, really. He is the son of Bebai? I could not have figured. From the sons of Asgad, Johanan, the son of Hakatan, and 110 men were with him. Wait, he's not? Okay, well, do you know what? Fuck this book. From the sons of Adonikam, who were the last, and these were their names: Eliphalet and Joel and Shemaiah, and 60 men were with them. From the sons of Bigvai, Uthai, and Zachar, and 70 men were with them. Now, I gathered them together at the river that runs down to Ahava, and we stayed there for 3 days. What the fuck is Ahava?
oh,
How about these nuts?
Nice. I'm confused because I have somebody on my friends list that is named that, and
Same guy. He lived like 300 years.
nice.
yeah. And I sought among the people, and among the priests for the sons of Levi, and I found none there. And so I sent Ezekiel, and Ariel, and Shemaiah, and Elnathan.
Nathan.
El
No,
Nathan.
it's El Nathan.
It's Spanish Nathan, sorry.
Si, senor.
And Jerib, and another El Nathan, and Nathan.
Once you've seen Han, you've seen
Another
the
El Nathan and Nathan. There's a Nathan afterwards as well. I think
There's a non-Spanish
Nathan. Yeah, I think Skytus is fucking done.
There's another El Nathan at the bottom as well. There's 3 El Nathans.
Why is there so many Nathans?
El Nathans.
El Nathan and another El Nathan. I like how that's the exact wording.
El Nathan had a son who he also called El Nathan. I think he's actually dead.
Oh, El Nathan.
I'm actually more surprised that the Bible killed him and your pizza didn't kill you.
Oh, I want to die. Well, you know what? On the upside, we got our title and thumbnail, Terrace.
Mexican Nathan.
Oh.
Just multiple El Nathans and just one regular Nathan.
Just to throw in for a bit of flavor.
Oh.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. And so I sent Elysia and Ariel and Shemaiah, and El Nathan and Jareb and another El Nathan and Nathan and Zechariah and Meshulam, who were leaders, and Joyarib. Ah, yes,
enjoy her rip.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
And El Nathan, who were wise.
Fucking good.
I fucking can't. So we have El Nathan, another El Nathan, Nathan, and El Nathan.
What a lineup.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh.
Fucking kill me.
All the other El Nathans are just all staring at the regular Nathan.
No.
Mad that he didn't put some.
You wanna know why one of them is not called El Nathan? It's not because he isn't Spanish, he just didn't take the L.
Oh.
He didn't take the loss?
No, the L.
Yeah, the L. He didn't take the loss.
No, it has nothing to do with the loss.
I know the cool lingo.
It's a Spanish article. What do you mean?
I don't.
And I sent them to Ido, who is first within the place of Cassiphia. Ah, yes, the place of Cassiphia, sure. And I placed in their mouth my balls.
Oh. What? Shut up.
And I placed in their mouth the words of
I
my
love the
balls.
part of the Bible where Skytus molests somebody.
Trust me, that happens a few times.
Book of Molest 1.
How did you think Mary gets pregnant?
Oh my god.
Have you
That's
ever
what she said, by the way. when
Have
she
you
got
ever
pregnant.
played the game Fuck, Marry, Kill? Because Skytus has.
No, it's Mary. Mary. Yeah, fuck Mary. And I don't know
Yeah,
who
he
gets
played
killed.
Fuck, Marry,
Somebody
Kill with
gets
her.
killed.
So he had to choose Fuck, Marry, Marry, Kill, Marry.
Mary.
And I placed in their mouth the words that they should speak to Israel and his brothers, the temple servants, in the place of Cassiphia, so that they would lead us to minister. So that they would lead us to ministers for the house of our Skytus. And because the good hand of Skytus was over us, they led to us a very learned man from the sons of Mali, the son of Levi, the son of Glasgow. That was close. With Sherebiah and his sons and his 18 brothers, and Hashabiah with him Jeshiah, of the sons of Merari, and his brothers and his sons, numbering 20. And from the temple servants, whom David, the leaders.
Are they not going to name all the sons?
Oh, that would be a waste of time.
No, now I feel deprived.
And from the temple servants whom
felt
David
deprived.
and the leaders had provided for the ministry of the Levites, there were 220 temple servants. All
You
these
imagine
were
sending
called
out
by their names.
1,200 birthday
And their
gifts to all
names
those
were
kids.
Fuck You and Fuck You.
At least there wasn't any Christmas back then, so they were okay.
And I proclaimed a fast in that place beside the river Ahava, so that we might afflict ourselves in the sight of our Lord, of the Lord our Skytus, and so that we might request of him the right way for us, and for our sons, and for all our substance. For I was ashamed to petition the king for assistance and for horse seamen, who would defend us from the enemy along the way.
The horse seamen defended them? Were they just throwing it at people?
Yeah, they froze it and then used it in slingshots.
Well, that's an actual thing that people do. You know about this? They like freeze like condoms with that in, and then they just like slap each other with it. Like, that's like an actual like kink.
Thanks, very cool.
Try
That's
next
a thing
time. Next time you want to
that's
make
a
some
thing I
I'm
don't
pizza.
know.
just trying
You
to
keep
come
it
up
in the
with a
freezer?
pun to change the topic, and I can't.
You could use that as the cream cheese next time.
More like cream cheese.
Oi.
Rob.
For we had said to the king, the hand of our guidance is over all those who seek him in goodness, and his authority and his strength and fury is over all those who forsake him.
Furries. Oh no.
No, singular. And so we fasted and begged our guidance for this. And as a result, we prospered. And I separated 12 from among us, the leaders of the priests, Sherebiah and Hashabiah, and with them 10 of their brothers, who shall not be named because reasons. And I weighed out
Copyright.
to them.
They're clearly not as important as the other characters that were named.
Wow, spoiler alert, dude. And I weighed out to them the silver and the gold and the vessels consecrated to the house of our guidance, which had been offered by the king and by his counselors and his leaders and by all those of Glasgow who had been found. And I weighed out to their to their hands 650 talents of silver and 100 vessels of 650 talents of silver and 100 vessels of silver and 100 talents of gold and 20 gold bowls, which had the weight of 1,000 coins, and 2 vessels of the finest shining brass, as beautiful as gold. And I said to them, you are the holy ones of the Lord, and the vessels are holy with the silver and the gold which has been offered freely to the Lord, the guidance of our daddies. No, it has not. You literally tax people, but hey, sure, freely. Fuck you. Watch and guard them until you weigh them out before the leaders.
Where you out like a fish meat.
Before the Jesus Christ. Before the leaders of the priests and the Levites and the rulers of the families of Glasgow and Jerusalem into the treasury of the house of the Lord. Then the priests and the Levites received the weight of the silver and the gold and the vessels, so that they might carry these into Jerusalem, into the house of our guidance. Therefore, we set out from the river Ahava on the 12th day on the 1st month, so that we might travel to Jerusalem. And the hand of our guidance was over us, and he freed us from the hand of the enemy and of those who lay in ambush along the way. And when we arrived at Jerusalem, and we stayed there for 3 days, and I can't read anymore. Then on the 4th day, the silver and the gold and the vessels were weighed out in the house of our guidance by the hand of Meremoth, the son of Uriah, the priest. And with him was Eleazar, the son of Phinehas. With them were the Levites, Jozabad, the son of Jeshua, and Noadiah, the son of Binui. This was done according to the number and weight of everything, and every weight was written down at that time. Moreover, those who came from the captivity, the sons of the transmigration, offered holocaust to the Skytis of Glasgow. 12 calves on behalf of all the people of Glasgow, 96 rams, 77 lambs, and 12 he-goats for sin. All these were a holocaust to the Lord. Then
They should not be dropping a holocaust like that much. Like that. What? Do they realize what kind of climate we're living in nowadays?
no, climate change is a rather recent phenomenon.
Yeah, you've only invented it recently.
Yeah, it was only it was
Phenomena. Then they gave the edicts of the king to, who served the. I can't do this in the. I tried to write. I unironically tried. I immediately failed. And then they gave the edicts of the king to the rulers who served at the side of the king, and to the governors beyond the river, and they exalted the people instead of divining them, and the house of Skytis.
For fuck's sake.
Never gonna get old.
No.
Just like
those
Lot's
1,000 children.
daughter.
Oof.
I'm gonna drink because this is just upsetting me.
You know what? That's a good idea. I'll drink in solidarity. Solidarity.
Solidarity.
That's one of those. Yeah.
Solstice. That's the word you're looking for.
Solidarity.
Summer salt?
Summer sugar.
Summer salt? Who are we salting?
The summer has been sold.
By the way, Rob, if you would like to read a chapter, feel free to let me know at any point in time.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know.
And then he just won't.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to ask him every few chapters, hey, would you like to read? Hey, would you like to read? Hey, Rob, would you like to read? Would you like to read now?
I don't even know
now?
how to read. Okay.
I don't either.
Yeah, he just guesses.
You
I'm just guessing.
You literally just. Yeah, you just.
I just.
Thanks, Skype. That's very cool.
That's a good contribution, buddy. Well done. Well done. We're all proud of you.
Fucking
Ezra 9. And then after these things were completed, the leaders came.
That's insensitive. That's cultural appropriation, dude. You can't do that.
I can.
That's more like cultural masturbation.
Well,
Who's masturbating?
To me, saying.
You mean you guys aren't?
I was gonna say,
Did
I
you
need to
just say
catch
you
up.
gays are? No, Terrence, gay people don't masturbate.
No, that's true. That's like a well-known superstition. You didn't know that.
I mean, gay people don't masturbate because they can easily find people on Grindr.
Yeah,
Like
it's true.
salt.
I heard that they had a problem in Germany with people meeting up from Grindr on the Holocaust Memorial. Apparently, that was a thing that was
More
happening.
like meeting up.
Yeah, meeting up. Yeah. So that's an interesting problem.
The people of Glasgow, the priests, the Levites, have not been separated from the peoples of the lands and from their abominations, especially those of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and Walmart-brand Jesusites and Ammonites and Moabites and Egyptians and Amorites.
Motorbikes.
Motorbikes? What? For they have taken from their daughters for themselves and for their sons, and they have mixed a holy lineage with the peoples of the lands. We gotta keep the purity of the area. I mean, what? And even the hand of the leader and the magistrates has been first in this transgression. And when I had heard this word, I tore my cloak and my tunic, and I pulled out the hairs of my head and my beard, and I sat in mourning. So first of all, somebody just tore their own clothes because they were so angry, which means you have to drink.
Yep. My first thought is not to turn my shirt off when I get annoyed, but I don't know.
That's
Okay.
You, mate.
Why?
Sometimes you need to get your nipples up for dominance, but I don't really tend to do that because I already have the dominance.
Okay, you know what? Why don't you tear your shirt right now?
No,
That would be pretty good.
that's not gonna happen.
Why not?
If you're not gonna pay terrorists for cooking, I'm not gonna do that for free.
I pay terrorists, just not for cooking.
We should pay for cooking, and then maybe I'll think about it.
You know what? Maybe you should do that. I already pay terrorists enough.
You don't. If you paid him enough, he wouldn't he wouldn't be sitting there eating homemade pizza. He'd be ordering Domino's like a normal person.
Wrong, and wrong. It doesn't matter how much
wrong?
I pay terrorists. He will always be complaining.
And eating homemade pizza.
And that as well because he was basically dared to. So,
What's the most crazy thing you've done out of
your
spite,
mom.
Scouters? I know that's empirically untrue because I check her every evening to make sure.
Hold on.
You just give it a full physical.
And I know for a fact that I was the last one in there. Wait, not like that. No, I meant like as a
Ooh.
Someone play Sweet Home Alabama.
Well, So what were you trying to ask me?
It's fun. I think we should talk about people tearing their cloaks off again.
Should we maybe talk about your maternal issues?
I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah, it's just a feature.
It's just a work in progress.
I mean, he's making use of her features.
Oh.
Ooh.
Then all those who feared the word of the skies of Glasgow gathered to me because of the transgression of those who had arrived from the captivity of our city.
We built this
What are
city.
you on the world?
On Scotus.
Okay, you don't get it. That's fine. And I sat in sorrow until the evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice I rose up from my affliction, and, having torn my cloak and my tunic, I fell to my knees, and I reached out my hands to the Lord, my Skytus. And I said, My Skytus, I have confounded and ashamed. I am. What? My Skytus, I am confounded and ashamed to lift up my face to you, for our iniquities have been multiplied over our heads, and our offenses have increased even up to heaven from the days of our daddies. But also, we ourselves have sinned gravely, even to this day. And for our iniquities, we ourselves and our kings and our priests have been delivered into the hands of the kings of the lands, and to the sword, and to captivity, and to plunder, and to confusion of face, just as it is also in this day. Well, okay. And for our iniquities, we have been delivered into the hands of and we have been delivered to confusion of face.
Same, honestly.
My face is confusion right now.
Same. And now, to a small extent and for a moment, our petition has been made with the Lord our Skytus, so that they may leave us with a remnant, and so that a secure place in his holy land may be given to us, and so that our Skytus may illuminate our eyes and may give us a little life in our servitude. For we are servants, yet in our servitude our Skytus has never forsaken us, but he has inclined mercy upon us in the sight of the king of the Persians, so that he may give us life, and may raise up the house of our Skytus, and repair its desolations, and give us a hedge in Judah and Jerusalem. And now, our Skytus, what should we say after these things? For we abandoned your commandments, which you instructed by the hand of your servants, the prophets, saying, The land which you shall enter, so that you may possess it, is an unclean land due to the uncleanness of the peoples and of the other lands, and the abominations of those who have filled it from mouth to mouth with their filth.
Question mark?
Now therefore,
No question
you
mark.
should not give your daughters to their sons, nor should you receive their daughters for your sons, and you should not seek their peace nor their posterity even forever. So shall you be strengthened, and so shall you eat the good things of the land, and have your sons as your heirs, even for all time. And after all that has happened to us because of our very wicked works and our great offense, you, our Skytus, have freed us from our iniquity, and you have given us salvation, just as it is this day with Terrace's pizza, so that we would not turn away and make your pizza void. Commandments void. And so that we would not unite in marriage with the peoples of these abominations. Could you be angry with us, even to the very end, so that you would not leave us a remnant to be saved? O Lord, the Skytus of Glasgow, you are just. For we have been left behind to be saved, just as it is this day. Behold, we are before your sight in our offense, and it is not possible to withstand you in this matter.
Wow.
Behold.
More like sweet home alcohol.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
Ezra 10. Therefore, as Ezra was praying and imploring and weeping in this way, and was prostrate before the temple of Skytus, an exceedingly great assembly of men and women and children was gathered to him from Glasgow. And the people wept with a great weeping, and Shechaniah, the son of Jehiel, from the sons of Elam, responded and said to Ezra, We have sinned against our Skytus, and we have taken foreign wives from the peoples of the land. And now, if there is repentance within Glasgow over this, let us strike a pact with the Lord our Skytus, so that we may cast aside all the wives and those who have been born from them, in accord with the will of the Lord and of those who fear the precept of the Lord our Skytus. I can't fucking read anymore.
Just don't read.
I need to either drink more or less.
I think the answer is more.
Currently, I'm just upset. If I drink less, I can read better. If I drink more, I care less.
More.
So let it
Definitely
be done according to the law. Rise up. It is for you to discern, and we shall be with you. Be strengthened and act. Therefore, Ezra rose up, and he caused the leaders of the priests and the Levites and all of Glasgow to swear that they would act in accord with this word. And they swore it. And Ezra rose up before the house of Skytis, and he went away to the chamber of Jehohanan, the son of Eliashib, and he entered into it. He did not eat bread, and he did not drink water, for he was mourning the transgression of those who had arrived from the captivity. And a voice was sent into Judah and Jerusalem to all the sons of the transmigration, so that they would gather together in Jerusalem. I just can't get over the word transmigration, because it just would have such a different connotation today. I
don't want to be on a political stream.
I'm just going to continue, whatever. Terrace is going to notice soon enough, and that's fine.
No idea what you're talking about.
And all those who would not arrive within 3 days, in accord with the council of the leaders and the elders, would have all his substance taken away, and he would be cast out of the assembly of the transmigration. What? And so all the men of Judah and of Benjamin, your ass, convened in Jerusalem within 3 days. This was in the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month. By the way, Terrace, I don't remember. How much do you trust me?
Yes.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was something. We had a rule when one of our final replaces changes something in an unattended way.
Yeah, that was very much a thing.
And
yeah.
I had a random thought. I don't remember what it was, but there was Benjamin US also replaced something else that I don't remember. I haven't. It just.
So what are you telling me you want me to drink?
Exactly. That we're.
Oh yeah, you don't need to tell me. You don't need to tell me twice.
Okay. I don't remember when or what. I just remember there was a thing. And yeah, that's.
I'm sure there was.
That's all I need to know. And all the people sat in the street of the house of Skytis, trembling because of the sin and the rain. But I'm also trembling because of rain. And Ezra, the priest, rose up and he said to them, "You have transgressed, and you have taken foreign wives, so that you added to the offenses of Glasgow. And now make confession to the Lord, the Skytis of your daddies, and do what pleases him, and separate yourselves from the peoples of the land and from your foreign wives." I like how I'm doing a different voice every time. Just because I don't even know why I'm doing it, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Because you can, and no one can stop you.
Pretty talented.
True.
You should join the Nest of Horrors podcast.
Yeah, I'm a voice actor, TM.
Yeah.
The TM stands for transmigration, by the way. And the entire multitude responded, and they said with a great voice, "In accord with your word to us, so let it be done. Yet truly, since the people are many, and it is the time of rain, we cannot endure standing outside, and this is not a task for 1 or 2 days. For certainly we have sinned greatly in this matter. Let the leaders be appointed among us, the entire multitude, and in all our cities let those who have taken foreign wives arrive at appointed times, and with them the elders from city to city, and the judges, until the wrath of our Skytis has been averted from us over this sin." And so Jonathan, the son of Asahel, that's a name I haven't heard in ages, and Josiah, son of Tikva, were appointed over this, and the Levites, Meshullam and Shabbathai, assisted them, and the sons of the transmigration did so. And Ezra, the priest, and the men who were the leaders of the families in the house of their daddies, and all according to their names, went and sat down on the first day of the 10th month, so that they might...
10th month.
Yeah, it was very
month.
tense, just like you will be when Rob visits you, so that they might examine the matter. Just like Rob will. And they made an end with all the men who had taken foreign wives by the first day on the first month. So they just killed anyone who had taken a foreign wife. Okay, reasonable.
But I like Asians.
Are you ready to drink, Terrace?
No.
Well, I hope you will be very soon, because, and there were found among us the sons of the priests, some who had taken foreign wives, from the sons of Jeshua, the son of Josedek, and his brothers, Maaseiah, and Eliezer, and Jarib, and Gedaliah, and they swore with their hands that they would cast aside their wives, and that they would offer for their offense a ram among the sheep. And from the sons of Immer, Hanani and Zebediah, and from the sons of Harim, Maaseiah and Elijah and Shemaiah, and Jehiel and Uzziah, and from the sons of Pashur, Eloinai, Maaseiah, Ishmael and Nathaniel, Jozabad and Elasah. And from the sons of the Levites, Jozabad and Shimei and Keliah, the same as Kelita, Pethahiah. What the fuck? Judah and Eliezer, and from the singing men Eliashib, and from the gatekeepers Shalom and Telem and Uri, and out of Glasgow, from the sons of Parosh, Remiah and Isaiah, and Melchijah, and Mejem and Uriah. That's not the one. I was talking about the repeating something 3 times, but that's a second drink already. And Eliezer and Melchijah and Benaniah. And from the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, Jehiel, and Abdi, and Jeremoth, and Elijah. You're 2 drinks behind Terrace.
Yeah, I'm doing a thing.
That's fine. I'm just pointing it out. If you're aware, that's all good.
The only responsible thing I can do when I'm bored and playing PoE.
And from the sons of Zetu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, and Jeremoth, and Zabad, and Azizah. And from the sons of Bebai, Jehohanan, Hananiah, Zabai, Athlai. And from the sons of Bani, Meshulam, Maluk, and Adiah, Jashub, and Sheol, and Ramoth. And from the sons of Pahath Moab, Adna, Kalal, Benaiah, Maaseiah, Mattaniah, Bezalel, Binui, and Manasseh. And from the sons of Harim, Eliezer, Jeshua, Malchijah, Shemaiah, Simeon, Benjamin, Uras, Melech, Shemariah. And from the sons of Hashem, Mattanai, Matita, Zabad, Eliphalet, Jeremiah, Manasseh, Shimei. And from the sons of Bani, Madai, Amram, and Ul, Benaiah, Bediah, Keluhi, Vania, Merimoth, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Mattanai, and Jasu, and Bani, and Binui, and Shimei, and Shelemiah, and Nathan, and Adiah, and Macnadebai, Shashai, Sharai, Azariel, Shelemiah, Shemariah, Shalom, Amariah, Joseph. From the sons of Nebo, Jael, Matithia, Zabad, Zabina, Jadai, and Joel, and Benaiah. All these had taken foreign wives, and there were among them women who had borne sons.
Sorry, boys. I think
the end.
I think that's too many.
And Terrence was not expecting this, and he thinks I'm joking, but the book is actually over.
Too many.
Unironically.
All right, I'm gonna go because I got a headache from listening to all.
I want to die. Terrace, that was a book. It had 10 chapters.
My pain is immeasurable.
Fucking breezed through that one. Fucking hell.
Breezed.
I'm gonna move myself.
Well, the good news is I didn't pay any attention, so
good.
Might not get that bad of a rating.
Is this the right one?
Enjoyability. Well,
I don't have this set up. I'm a professional streamer. Can I duplicate these real quick?
Make sure you hit the bell.
Paste duplicate. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, Terrace. I'm just doing streamer things.
Cool. Okay, well, enjoyability, surprisingly enough, it maybe wasn't particularly great, but it was also short.
Okay,
I like short.
Okay, Terrace, before you rate it, remember the beninging.
Rate the plate.
It's short. I'll give it extra bonus points because it was short.
I mean, it's your rating, so fair enough. I just want to point out
it wasn't good, but the fact that it was short was very enjoyable.
It had to be short to fit in all those names.
Oh.
Where the fuck did it just go?
It hurts to think right now because of all those names.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's fine, I just filtered it out.
Gefilte fish.
I don't know why you're small on the. Sure, you know what? Whatever. Nobody will notice. It's just for the rating anyway. Go away, Terrace.
Never. Was there any interesting character things? Was Ezra actually of any significance?
Okay, okay, let me see. Enjoyability. Yeah, the start of it was atrociously bad. Like, literally worse than Chronicles 2. But after that, stuff happened. It was new, it was exciting. So overall, it's definitely, it got a positive one. Above Deuteronomy, I want to say that. I'm just... Numbers. Yeah. Numbers was kind of boring. Like, this was half and half. Half actually interesting, and the other half was, like, terrible. So...
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the terrible parts. I just cooked pizza during that time.
I'm gonna... Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, characters. We had
was there anything...
Okay, so I'm gonna point this out. We had a lot of new characters. They didn't do a lot. They didn't have a lot of depth, aside from Ezra, I guess, because he was telling, but that's writing it. So, like, there were some new characters, which puts it above Chronicles, but they didn't really do anything. It's like, yeah, it's just generic protagonist number 17. So, it's worse than Kings, so I'm gonna have to give it a 1. Writing, okay. Before you rate this, I want to point out this is first-person perspective for the first time.
That's, you know what? That's brave.
Make of that what you want, but it is something new, so you got to give at least credit for that. Even if it's kind of the easiest way to write stuff, I guess. But
I don't know.
It's definitely above Chronicles, but I mean, to be fair, that's not particularly
everything is above Chronicles.
Yeah, that's.
If we go as Lost Chronicles again, I there will be problems.
In terms of writing, I'm trying to think what. It wasn't particularly great, but it wasn't particularly bad either. It was just.
I'm getting mediocre one.
It
didn't feel terrible.
I'm gonna give it a little lower because it did the first person, but other than that, it did nothing. And just first person is not that unique. Plot. We had plot. We had plot, so you can't give it a negative rating.
I didn't pay any attention, so you're gonna have to sum it up for me real quick.
I didn't pay attention.
When you're the one reading.
They were giving bathtubs of wine. That was a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. So in terms of plot, basically the same again. The people that were in captivity were released. That's the transmigration. They're coming back from captivity and they're rebuilding the temple. So there's stuff happening. It's not very imaginative, but there's stuff happening. Yeah. So I'm thinking 3 or 4.
You know what? It's
4th Deuteronomy. You know what? I'm going to give it a 5.
We haven't had some like actual things happening in a while. So this is. I don't know if it's just better by comparison or if it's actually not bad, but it didn't feel that bad. Like
okay, comedy. So I just want you. Okay. Before you say anything, please tell me, was there anything comedic besides Nathan?
Not that I can remember, but multiple mentions.
So we're literally scoring Nathan. So this is how it was Nathan.
Nathan. I'd say Nathan was the fucking highlight. He fucking made my day.
I'm thinking like Nathan, 5 especially. Or 6. Like Nathan was pretty good, but that's literally all.
Yeah, Nathan had his shit together.
But considering, honestly, it was only 10 chapters, so Nathan plays a pretty huge role. You know what? 6.
Yeah.
Pinky.
Was there anything?
0? Literally 0? There was nothing. Not even ironically. Yeah. Like, I think it was 0. Damn, look at how the mighty have risen. -2, -3 to 4, 3.
Oh, go look at the graph. Oh, just look at the fucking...
We're back in not misery territory. Let's go.
The fucking Chronicles ravine.
Chronicles Redemption. Okay, let's read the chat. I can't wait for
what's that thing called when something's what's that thing that when something's almost human but not quite?
Gay.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah. This is the Chronicles Valley.
I had to Google some of these book names to say them differently in my language. Don't. Just don't.
Don't even bother. It's fine.
I'm somewhat excited again.
Yeah, we're on an upwards trend.
Within the confines of Bible, which is Bible, but
it'd be difficult for it to go down from.
Like just look at the graph.
At least a bit.
It started out pretty strong because it was still new and interesting, and then it was like, wow, again, same old shit, and then it dropped. You can see, and then we had a pretty sharp rise, and then it's just constantly been falling, and then we had the fucking plummet of Chronicles. That was just Chronicles was honestly.
Chronicles can suck my left test.
Chronicles is literally just misery, honestly. So we're now out of the Chronicles rut, so it's actually gonna get interesting. So I'm somewhat excited for that. Like tentatively excited. That's the word. The term. Oh yeah. Hey, Terrace.
Yeah.
The book of Nehemiah.
My fucking God. I would also like to point out that I've mentioned this previously before, but just because this will very soon become relevant. The order of things in the sheet isn't the same order as the thing in our book.
What?
Look at what's after Nehemiah thing. After
it's Esther, and then drop.
Yeah, and then look at the actual book. Look at the actual Google Doc.
Nehemiah, yeah. I don't get it.
Well, look what's after Nehemiah on the Google Doc on the Google Doc.
Do I have to? No.
It shows you on the left.
Huh? Where did you get? Okay, yeah, I see what you mean, but just
yeah, because I just googled list books and then I just copied it down, and turns out that whatever list I got it from is exactly the same. So, but I didn't notice it because it's been very accurate at this point. So.
Terrace, you know what's even better? I moved the cameras to the left again, so anyone watching is just not gonna understand what you're talking about, which is even better.
Yeah, that's fine. They're not supposed to.
Fuck you, Shadowcat. Okay. I was literally just thinking about that again, and it's just because this is how my camera always is. This is how I crop it, because this is what.
I'll then make it thicker or make us thinner. I mean, I don't know what the problem
I will
here
do
is.
that right now. Fuck you. Okay, sure.
But instead of uncropping it, just stretch it, get a wide skytus.
No, I will uncrop it a little, and then. Yeah.
This is now a permanent upgrade.
They're somewhat aligned. Actually, that's oh my god.
There you go.
Terrace and I are more aligned than Terrace and Rob. I'm a god.
I don't know. Me and Rob are kind of in line, to be fair.
No, you're not. You're really not.
We click in like two Legos.
I mean, he clicks in your. I mean, what?
I think it's more like a square in a circle hole.
Why is Sky
Shut up, Shadowcat.
Dude, do you know who I am?
I've never met the guy.
I am the largest guy. I am your deity. I am the one providing this entertainment. Without me, there wouldn't be any Bible. I came up with this. I am a genius. Bow down before me, and you know all that. Nehemiah.
I don't mean to upsell myself too much, but what other idiot would be willing to withstand as much as the Bible as you've already read?
Nobody.
All of the guests that we had before.
Yeah, I don't think they would agree to be there weekly. I mean, Rob is gonna have suicidal thoughts for the next 3 weeks.
To be fair, it's not weekly; it's bi-weekly on average. But you're right. By the way, if you're listening to this either live on Twitch or on YouTube or anywhere, who cares? If you want to join us, let me know. Just send me a message. I'm sure you can figure out how to find me. Just send me a message. We'll figure it out. If you're
sounding
unsure,
desperate,
send me a message. I'll give you details.
He kind of is, yeah.
We welcome guests. Just let me know.
He's more desperate. He's more desperate for guests than I am for money.
I wouldn't say desperate. I feel like I gotta have guests to force you to be on here, because otherwise I just feel bad because I'm just making you suffer. With a guest, it's like, well, at least there's a guest to suffer with you.
Joint suffering
Yeah, me when I smoke weed.
every day.
Joint.
Smoke weed every day.
Imagine having a mom. No, that sounds way darker than it. Imagine having to go to church. Okay, Nehemiah 1. The words of Nehemiah the son of Hakaliah.
We do what I gotta get going. Actually, it's like 6ish. I got a thing to do. But I this has been more than enough. My brain hurts.
There you go, Skyders. Now we have a reason to stop after 2 hours.
Son of a bitch.
Perfectly at the end of a book as well. I mean, there you go.
Thanks, guys. It's been biblical.
Rip.
As it always
Take care. Bye.
Goodbye.
I'm done.
Well, I done.
Fix the camera.
No. Just no.
Wow, just gay.
Nope. You gotta deal with that. Anything you want to add?
Help.
True. Just true. You know what? You're free to leave. You suffered enough. He's still here. That means we can go to the EU. Let's go.
You start reading. I will just disconnect.
But how will you know if I'm reading? You know, Terrence, it happened that something happened recently in the month of, well, 2020 minus 2000 in the capital.
No, see, it doesn't matter how you try to phrase it. I'm gonna know you're reading from the Bible because there's no way you could come up with anything as cracked as what the fucking Bible is.
That's fine.
You're simply not creative enough to mimic, to try and like mimic the Bible in any kind of capacity.
Well, I shall see you next weekend, maybe, if we find a guest.
Oh.
You enjoy your exhalation.
I think pretty sure it's just called exile.
No, it's exhalation. No.
Like.
No.
I think it's one of those words that.
You're wrong.
But.
You're wrong.
That's.
You're wrong.
Sure.